Ooh, ooh, look at me. Ooh, ah. So yes, guys, I cut my hair, but first let me show y'all what happened, okay? So I took out my crochet braids and then I cut all my hair. Oh my goodness. This is the second time that I'm going in with the scissors. The first time I cut off about 2 inches, and right there is where I cut the most of it, like from the crown to the nape. Hey guys, it is Chandrika here and welcome back to my channel. And yes, your girl got a haircut. Well, I cut my hair myself. So I'm going to tell you all about why I did it. And y'all, since I cut it, I have been loving it. Okay, so I just washed it. I showed you the products that I use. And now I'm just going to show you how I coil it up. But after I did my makeup, got dressed and I was like, oh my goodness, let me just pick out my fro to see how it looked. And I absolutely would wear it out like this. I just put a little baby bangs on the side, and then I was just playing with styles like this. And I would actually wear my fro, like I would wear my fro out like this without it being coiled up. But anyway, you're gonna need 2 clips or some of these duckbill clips and your dimming brush. You're gonna need some gel, and you're also gonna need some, which I did not have here, Curl Enhancing Smoothie by Shea Moisture. So this is crucial to having your hair moisturized. Okay, so you can just use gel if you want. Like I did a deep condition. Actually, I did a hot oil treatment. So my hair should be good if I just want to do the gel. But if I just wash it, condition it, and don't use no moisturizer, leave in condition, and then use the gel, my hair will be drier. So yeah, so if you're gonna have a short style, go ahead and just get the big bottle. It don't even make no sense to invest in the small one, okay? Because this is gonna take a lot of gel, and if you don't like to use product, this style is not for you, okay? So let's get to it. First, I'm gonna part my hair off into 6 sections. So, middle, and I'm just using my finger. Here. And I guess we'll just start on this side. I won't worry about the back. So I have been getting so many compliments on how I get my hair like that. Because after you wash your hair, it's pretty much like this. But I'm going to show you right now. I am just as excited as y'all probably are to see it, okay? So yeah, so this is what we're working with, this section right here. Like a little volume at the root. Wait, you have to wet your hair. My hair dries so fast. So I'm just going to re-wet it. So yeah, and my edges are slowly growing back ever since I cut my hair and praying over them too. So you see the difference of when it's wet versus when it's not. And so this is like my curl pattern. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take the Curl Enhancing Smoothie, put some on our fingertips, and then we're just gonna work it into this whole section. So make sure you're working it in really, really well. I keep telling people this, your ends are the oldest part of your hair, and you definitely wanna take care of those. But you also want to take care of the middle part and the root. That's where the hair is growing from. And so we don't need any dryness there. So get all in there. Just break it through. This will also help detangle your hair before you start the style, okay? And you can actually do your whole hair like this and just go if you want to. That'll give you more of a defined curl than how I started the video. So Shea Moisture, I used to be a Shea ambassador and I love their products, all of them. Or put your gel on and then get your dimming brush. And remember I said we're going to be very generous. So I'm going to take probably half of that and put it on my hair, basically from the root to the ends, but focusing on like the middle and the ends. And then I'm going to take my dimming brush, just roll it up. So now we're going to part it. I did not do my nails. I didn't put much lotion on either because the products plus the lotion, it could get in your hair. So yeah, I would just be ashy while you're doing this. So I put the gel on and then I'm curling it up, kind of raking it through and detangling at the same time. So take your dimming brush, roll it back, and ooh, woo! Yo, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, sometimes the New Orleans come out, boy. I'm telling you. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I'm splitting this in 2, raking it through, putting that gel on it. Do the same thing. Oops. And I do have a little heat damage. Take this little section. But I cut a lot of it off. So sometimes, like, I can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but you see this? It shouldn't be sticky. So if that happens, you need to add more water. It shouldn't be sticky. That's much better. So it's just gonna curl up by itself, let it curl, and then I'll show you at the end what I do. So of course it won't stay like this, and then we're gonna go back with our finger and finger coil it. So we're gonna work on the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. Make sure you saturate your hair with water. I don't have anything in this water. I need to fill up this whole bottle. So when I cut my hair, I knew it was going to be curly. I knew it would look nice because for one, I don't use a whole lot of heat, but I just love it. So I'm just showing you all this section, and right after this section, these 4 rows, I'm going to go into why I cut my hair. But like I said, make sure it's saturated because it will. Wait, did I add the curling hairs and smoothie? I don't even think I did that to this section. Oops. Yeah, so make sure you do that, guys. Don't skip that step. And if you see that it's white, you probably put a lot on there, but it'll dry. It'll dry just fine. All right, we're going on to the 3rd row, and this usually goes by pretty fast. You're going to do the back the same way, break it up into sections. And my gel. It's too thick, it's thickened. Let's wet that up, break it back through. That's a lot of product on my hand. I got my towel right here, but I don't dry my hair with a towel after I wash it. Actually, I always use a t-shirt. Well, I don't say always because sometimes I do grab one. But if you want even better results, make sure that you use a t-shirt or terry cloth towel, something like that. And I just think that we should start taking more care of our hair. Y'all know I was a weave girl for a long time. And honestly, the first time I realized that I didn't want to wear 100% human hair was, I don't know if I was pregnant with Josiah. It could have been after. It probably was after. I don't think it's been that long. He probably was about 3 or 4. Curls up. Banging, okay. It was on my story. He was about 3 or 4 years old, y'all, and I saw a documentary, and the documentary was just telling how weave is made. 100% human hair is made, and well, 100% human hair is put on a track, and so the women were coming to donate their hair from other countries, and for religious or spiritual reasons. And of course they cut it off for those reasons, and then they donated to go on their way, and it's sold, so it is like a business. And when I saw it, it just hit me so hard, like, wow, like I don't want to put that in my head if they're doing it for their belief or whatever their belief is. But I thought it was amazing that they would sacrifice giving up their hair, and these women have long hair, okay, long hair. So if I see the video still on YouTube after all these years, I would definitely link it below. I'm sure there's others like it that will let you know the process of getting to America, really. And so I just didn't want to be one of the people who just take their hair and wear it just so I look good, or just, whatever it could be. So I haven't worn 100% human hair in years, like since then. So I only chose to do synthetic hair. As a hairstylist, I take out my weave, I do what I need to do. I'm like, okay, take out my client's weave, make sure I don't cut their hair, but for whatever reason, I just keep cutting my own hair And somehow, hairstylists might think sometimes we think we get a pass that, oh, we won't. We too good to cut our hair. We're going to get it. But I just keep cutting my hair, and it's just been so annoying. I cut across the front. My edges was part of the reason. If y'all watch my videos, y'all know they were gone. I cut like a whole braid from side to side, and it's been struggling almost ever since. But I keep doing ponytails, keep doing different synthetic styles, and I just know my hair, even though I try to keep it as healthy as I can keep it, as you can see, it was healthy underneath what I cut. But all of it just wasn't totally by choice why I cut it. It was starting to look damaged to me, and I just don't like how damaged hair look at all. And so I was like, maybe I should cut it. And so I was sitting in the bathroom listening to my podcast. I knew I was about to do my hair. I was thinking about doing braids or something, and then I'm working on some film stuff, and I text the lady to ask her what I text her. She never responded. I'm glad she didn't, but I think it was all God. To see, how do you want my hair for for this, what we're working on. And she never responded. I'm sitting in the mirror. I have the scissors, and she never responded. I called my husband in, and as you can see, there's a little heat damage I have there. I called him in and asked him. He's basically telling me to just do what I feel like I need to do. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like God is telling me to cut my hair, because the last few months, I probably should have told this story different from doing my hair, because I'm so focused on my hair. I just decided to do a voiceover to continue the story. But yes, I know God had me wearing my natural hair like since October, and I love my big fro. But from October to December is when I started to put weave in, and then I started cutting my hair by mistake, because I always wear weave that kind of looks like my hair, so a lot of people can't tell the difference. Taking out my weave, this is how short I cut the braid right here, and y'all know my hair was touching my back. So this whole section, it's like I cut almost a whole braid out. And so I had long then short pieces, and I just wasn't feeling it. That was one of the reasons. But as a hairstylist, I just cut it down 2 inches, and I was like, I'm just gonna hide it with the rest of my hair until I get to the length that I want, and I'll big chop again or something. Not low, but just make everything even. But it was just bothering me so much that different sections of my hair was cut from me taking out my weave. And I knew that a few months ago, God had told me to not wear weave. So when y'all saw me wearing my natural fro, that was the reason why. But I just think that maybe it just wasn't my time to put the weave back in. I don't know. But I know God really speaks to me. It could be creatively through my hair, or something that I'm doing, a project I'm working on. And so that's just how our relationship is. So as I'm listening to the podcast, I'm trying to decide with the tools in my hand, should I cut, not to cut, not to cut. And then the guy on the podcast says, of everything he could have said, God is not worried about our appearance. He wants our heart. He really wants our heart. So you can do all of these things to make yourself look good, but if your heart is not right, and nothing else really matters. So y'all, that's when I grabbed them scissors and chopped it. Okay, y'all, so I'm all done, and that's how it's looking. You're going to want to be tempted to put your hand in there, but don't do it. And so the last step, you just use the comb for your root. I'm not really pulling through. I'm just making sure that there are no parts. Just going in and out, all through my hair to kind of blend it. And then, especially in the back, I like to go through and twirl some of the coils around my finger just to make them slightly tighter. But this is optional. But I find that sometimes this will give you an even better coil. So when you go through, just be careful that you're twisting your hair in the same pattern that your coil is already going. So this is step 1 of this style, okay? Everything that we did today is step 1. So I'm gonna let this air dry overnight, and then just like last time, I just took this loose while I was in the car. So I separated each curl maybe twice. So I would take a coil, separate it, kind of wrap it. It'll be dry, so it'll be easier. And then that whole section is going to be fuller. So you're going to do that all around. And it's going to be so full and pretty, just like you saw in the picture or the thumbnail. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this actually turns out. If you don't have time to let your hair dry overnight, you can just use your blow dryer, or you can sit under the dryer and just do it like that. And then as soon as it dries, you can take your coils apart. But I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just going to leave this like this until tomorrow, and then I'll show y'all the finished product. I do feel like the coils last longer when they air dry. It's just no additional heat, which I don't like to put on my hair anyway. So yeah, we want the healthiest hair. I have hair goals, just like people went into the new year with their resolutions. Where I have my hair resolutions, and where I want to be this time next year, I'm just going to try my best not to put much heat on my hair at all. So we'll see how that goes. I love it. Love it. Good morning, everyone. So yes, I'll show you how I went to sleep last night. I just wrapped my hair with my scarf, but actually I definitely prefer my bonnet better, so I probably won't use the scarf much. And so just use your fingertips to loosen up those curls. And then, you know, I was headed to the gym, but I still have to have my edges done, okay? Because they just shape and frames the face. And I'm back to show you how I take my coil to loose. So the first thing we're going to do is use my favorite product, Sulfur 8, to grease my scalp. You can use oil if you want, but my hair just gonna get frizzy if I use oil, so I'm just gonna use Sulfur 8. That's what my hair is used to. That's what I use on a boy's hair, and always keep our hair nice, thick, and healthy. So I'll just be going in with Sulfur 8. If you have another preference for grease, that's fine. Whatever works for you, do that. I know a lot of times we come on here and share what we use, but it might not be the thing that you use, and that's totally fine. Some people are low porosity, some people are high porosity, and some products don't work well with either drier hair, moisturized hair, whatever it might be. So you have to find out what works for you. Okay, so we're gonna take these cute coils of loose. You can leave it like this if you want, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go straight in after I grease my scalp. So what you're gonna do is just separate the hair however you parted it. So you see the parts that's already there, you're gonna just take the grease and put a little on there and just rub it through. So you gotta be careful to try and get just your scalp, because if you don't, then you'll make your hair frizzy at the root. And sometimes that's not a bad thing because it gives you more volume. So yeah, just be careful. But when you get ready to take these coils loose, you cannot have like a hangnail or anything like that, because it's going to make your hair, your coils frizzy, and they're just going to come loose, and you won't like how they look. I can really describe it. You'll see the difference. They won't be as intact as they are now. So make sure your nails are filed, because mine was not this morning, and so I had to do that. So my hair be popping. Okay. So just go through, grease your scalp. I'm not going through every single row, but you can also take a little, put on your fingertips and just go in here like this. You know, you just want to make sure that it's throughout your hair. And especially if you have a thinning spot, or where I made a mistake and cut my hair, I make sure I put it right there. I might be a little generous in that area. But, so go through and just like massage with your fingertips. Don't be vigorous, guys, because it's not going to come out right. It will not come out right. Just lightly massage your hair just like this. You know, you got to do it cute. So all right, so now we could get ready to take these out. Okay, so you kind of start anywhere, but I'll just start from the bottom. And you're just going to separate the curls. Like that was one curl that I just made 3. And so that's what you'll go through. Most of them I just split in half. Okay, y'all, so this is how it's looking. And like a few of them, I probably took loose too much, so I'm just gonna twirl that back around. And that's it. You can hardly tell, so. Well, I hope y'all understood the video. I know it was all over the place, but yeah, that is basically why I cut my hair. And if God is telling you to do anything, whether it's cut your hair, whether it's to spend more time in His Word, whether it's to rest, whatever it might be, make sure that you're doing that, because He knows what's best for you. We can't see, but He knows. All right, so I switched my baby bangs to 4 going this way, and then 3 on that side. Like I said, I just like it better that way. So I'm just fluffing my roots a little bit, not too much. And each day your hair probably get a little bigger if you do this. But just be careful not to pull the comb all the way through, because you will mess up your coils. the next day after I cut my hair, God told me he was going to use my hair to help bring people to him. And so he was going to use my hair for his glory. Like if he would have told me that before, I just would have cut my hair. But I guess we just have to be obedient, and God is waiting to see, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to listen, or am I so worried about my appearance that he doesn't have my whole heart? So yeah, whatever that might look like for you, just make sure you're in tune and connected to Christ. Just excited about the journey. I love it so much. So the biggest thing is, guys, although you want to touch your hair, people are going to want to touch your hair. You cannot let people play in your hair, and you have to keep your hands out your hair. But what's crucial is your nighttime routine. So hopefully this helps. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bye. As you can see, I am loving my hair. It is beautiful, okay? Feeling myself. So free. I love it.